take a look now at Week 10 because we'll have plenty more ranked matchups, a lot of good games. I think last week, I guess, what was it, Week 8 was probably the best schedule we've ever seen. So I think week by week we're trying to top what that schedule was, but plenty of good ones on the schedule for this week. I'll hammer down a couple, and you could take whatever's left after I'm done, right? So we got Penn State at number 1, Ohio State. 8 weeks ago, this game would have meant something to somebody, but this time I'm not too sure. Number 9, Vandy at number 20, Texas. If you want to talk about that game, you're more than welcome to. Number 10, Miami at SMU. We talked about SMU this week, but that's a team that's still can be fiery at times, so Miami going there might be tough. Duke at Clemson for you ACC people that think that's important. Arizona State at Iowa State. Battle of teams that have fallen out of the rankings of late. Number 5, Georgia at Florida, I think could be a good test, not only for Florida to figure out who in the world that they're going to be for the rest of the season, but also for Georgia after the bye week to get back in their flow state. You can take whatever games the rest of the way that you would like here.
Yeah, you mentioned the Texas and Vanderbilt game. That's one I think is something if you're a sports betting guy, keep an eye on because that spread opened up at 3.5. It's now down to Texas just 1.5 points. So Vegas doesn't really know who's going to win that ball game. That's basically a toss-up game. You mentioned Miami SMU. That'll be a good game as well.
Yep.
Georgia Florida. You took to mention Georgia's only favored by 7.5 in that game. So keep an eye on that. They think that's going to be about a touchdown game. Vegas does. Texas Tech, Kansas State. That's the game I wanted to highlight because I think Kansas State's finally getting a little groove back again.
Oh, yeah.
And Texas Tech is 4-1 in the Big 12. They can't afford to lose this game. So, yeah, South Carolina is going to at Ole Miss. Miss is favored by 12.5 points. We'll see if that same South Carolina team that showed up versus Bama will show up this weekend. Tennessee, Oklahoma at Tennessee, another big SEC matchup. Tennessee's favored by 4.5 points. Watch that spread, see if it moves a little bit. Don't know if it will, but just keep an eye on that spread because 4.5 is a lot different than 1.5 or 2.5 points. That's all I got. Cincy, Utah. I don't know if you mentioned that game. That's a big matchup. 24 Utah versus number 17 Cincy. Utah is favored by 7.5, being at Utah, and that's the game day location this week.
Yeah.
And it's crazy that that's the game day location, and that game is not till 9:15 my time.
Come on. It's going to be a late Saturday for us.
It's going to be a late one because Oklahoma, Tennessee's at 6:30. But, yeah, 9:15 start time for Cincy, Utah.
No
Pacific
complaints when they dial
zone.
it up all day, though. I mean, there's no complaints over on this side.
It's going to be a damn good day of college football. I think that's the key point there.
100%. You got Oklahoma at Tennessee. I don't know if that's one we mentioned, number 18 and number 14. Number 23 USC at Nebraska, a chance for Nebraska to win a big one at home. And then what I like to call the Duty Bowl of the SEC, Kentucky at Auburn. That'll be fun for those of you who are ride or die fans for some odd reason. I think that will be a great one for you guys because the Duty Bowl is back at Auburn.
Yeah, gotta love that. Auburn plays a home game this week. Woo!
Yay.
Yeah, so
Hooray,
excited.
hooray.
I think it's it's crazy though, as pessimistic as we are being towards the Auburn football program right now. Auburn will still sell out that game and have a majority of people in the stands because that is how much Auburn fans love that program. So just that's a cool shout out to the Auburn faithful. They keep their faith. They call them the Auburn faithful for a reason, but I think these two guys who both graduated from there don't have much faith, and we're just ready for a new chapter. But we'll wait till that new chapter comes, and until then, we'll talk about Auburn football unbiasedly and realistically because that's how we've got to do it.